Welcome to the Donley Auctions Unfiltered Podcast, where history meets the highest bidder. We've got amazing stories behind the treasures, insider tips for both buyers and consignors, and maybe even a cameo or two from Tucker the Auction Dog.
Join us each week on your favorite podcast platform that supports video, like YouTube or Spotify. We've got some great visuals to enhance every episode.
Okay, the Ford sign is up. Let's go see if it lights up, Randy.
Okay,
this is a Ford Neon that'll be up in our February auction. Check out these other ones we have up here now. This is a travel time neon clock on the wall here, Phillips 66 neon, the Ford, the Sinclair. There's a Coca-Cola one down here, and it goes on. We have more to put up yet.
Hey, let's back up and look at your favorite.
Custom-made Shelby neon sign in blue and red. Red, white, and blue.
Susan has been busy hanging signs all day today, so...
This is a heavy one. It was heavy. We don't practice any of this, so...
No, unfiltered.
One question I always get from people whenever they're coming in the door is, is this all your stuff? No, this is not our stuff. Everything here is on consignment. And what does that mean? Let me show you.
Okay.
Let's just pretend, Randy, that somebody comes in with a treasure chest.
Oh, I'm involved
of
in
items.
this?
Yes. Here. Could be my little pirate.
Okay.
They come in with a treasure chest of items. And what they're doing is entrusting us with their precious treasures to sell for them. And then we keep a little bit of the cost.
Not if you're bringing me this. It better be better than this. I'm sorry.
Just pretend this has gold and jewels in it.
Okay, well, let's see what's in it.
And then for our services, which involve photography, tagging, lotting, inventory, descriptions, setting up, display, advertising, marketing, the list goes on for your treasures. So for that service, we charge you a commission, okay? Now, if you send us like some of these things, good stuff is what we're looking for. This is just an example of gold and jewelry and coins and treasures. The commission rate is going to be?
Well, it's on a sliding scale. See, what we do is we have a sliding scale, and depending on the value of the items you give us, it could be as much as 35%. But as the value increases, our commission gets less.
That's right.
So that you can pay as little as 10%, depending on the value of the item that you consign to us. So it's critical. You know, our business here is to sell stuff for the most money, and of course that's what we're looking for.
So if you bring us treasure chest of lower value items,
like Susan happens
then
to
the
have,
commission rate is higher. The
what's that
duds,
doing?
yeah. So the point of this conversation is the higher the value, the better for all of us, because we're like partners in this.
For example, we're looking for Shelby Mustangs. We're not necessarily looking for
flip phones.
But we need collections. We're always looking for collections of, and we'll scroll a whole list of items down, but we're looking for cars, motorcycles, signs, of course. Big porcelain signs bring huge money. When you want to get items that are in the thousands on up to $100,000, good porcelain signs is a way to go. Obviously, a nice porcelain mobile sign is going to bring a lot more than a plastic blown sign here, painted. So again, the value depends on the item. We're always looking for gas globes that went on the top of gas pumps. Items like these crowns and items. One of the biggest problems with gas pump globes is already in the 1960s they started to reproduce these. So you can have gas pump globes that are $500 or gas pump globes that are even into the thousands, but then ones that look just like it are only worth $100 or sometimes even less. Why? Because they're reproduction. And they can be reproduction and still be 30 years old. So that's always a problem. You have to know, and we will help you and guide you through the process of determining what the values are. Did you notice my shirt repair today? My pocket ripped, so my glasses were falling out. So I temporarily stapled my pocket here, and we'll get it mended at the cleaners.
They have these little guns that you can use that actually puts a stitch right in there. It goes ching ching.
Okay, well, you don't need to know about that. If you'd like to be on our podcast or in one of our podcasts, we'd love to have you. Here's how you do that. Call us with a collection. We're always looking for more items. And if you've got a collection, slot machines, jukeboxes, I mean, what's your favorite items?
I like our collections of slot machines because, as you can see, every single one of these are different. We very rarely have two of the same thing.
Yeah.
And of course, I like the collections of cars, but I also like small things that you can put in your hand, diamonds, coins, small things like that.
What a surprise.
Well, are there straight razors, which we have a straight razor auction coming up? Those are small items. We have 400 lots of straight razors coming up online only January 23rd. That's a Thursday. We start at 10 a.m.
I just don't want Susan holding a straight razor in her hand. I don't want her
his favorite. One of his movies is favorite movies is Reservoir Dogs. If you haven't seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
So over here, this is going to be our straight razor collection. We have about 400 straight razors in this auction coming up February 23rd. Karen's going to give us a little bit of history of them, but all of them very unique, some very rare. This is one person's collection too, by the way. And we have 500 more that are not in this auction, so we will have a second auction. Look at the carving and all of that. Very nice. Karen, hit them with the history.
The story of straight razors begins centuries ago, with the earliest ancestors of the straight razor appearing in ancient Egypt. These rudimentary tools were often crafted from bronze or even obsidian, showcasing the ingenuity of our ancestors in their pursuit of a clean shave. Fast forward to the 17th and 18th centuries, Sheffield, England emerged as the epicenter of straight razor production. Craftsmen honed their skills, producing exquisite razors that were not just functional but also works of art. One name stands out in this era, Benjamin Huntsman. In the 1740s, this innovative Englishman revolutionized razor manufacturing by developing a process to create high-quality steel, leading to the production of superior straight razors. These razors, often adorned with intricately decorated handles, became prized possessions. The 19th century marked the pinnacle of the straight razor's reign. The introduction of silver steel in Sheffield further elevated the quality of these blades, making them renowned for their sharpness and durability. This era also witnessed the rise of Solingen, Germany, as another hub of straight razor craftsmanship. The rivalry between Sheffield and Solingen spurred innovation, resulting in the development of the hollow grind, a feature that remains a hallmark of high-quality straight razors today. By the early 20th century, straight razors had reached their zenith in design and functionality. Companies like J.A. Henkel's offered a wide array of blade profiles, catering to every shaving preference. Despite the advent of safety razors and electric shavers, the straight razor never truly faded into oblivion. In recent years, it has experienced a remarkable resurgence, attracting a new generation of enthusiasts who appreciate its traditional charm and the art of traditional wet shaving. Today, straight razors are more than just shaving tools. They are symbols of a bygone era, embodying craftsmanship, elegance, and a connection to the past. In our upcoming straight razor auction, we have a remarkable collection of straight razors, each with its own story to tell. The early Sheffield razors offer a glimpse into the origins of straight razor manufacturing in Sheffield, showcasing the evolution of craftsmanship and design. The Solingen masterpieces exemplify the precision and artistry that made this German city a rival to Sheffield in the world of straight razor production. The variety of blade profiles represented in our auction highlights the adaptability of the straight razor to individual preferences and shaving styles. This great collection we have will resonate with both seasoned collectors and newcomers alike. Remember, each straight razor is not just an object, but a vessel of history, carrying with it the legacy of craftsmanship, innovation, and the enduring pursuit of the perfect shave.
We're looking for collections, always looking for the next big collection. And barn find. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be some fabulous collection in a man cave or what have you. I mean, we're crawling around barns and attics and everything all the time. So what do you have that you think is valuable? We'll come out for an absolute free appraisal and see what you've got. So
no obligation chit chat. Give us a call at 815-923-7000. That's the first step. Just call us. We'll answer all your questions, I promise.
Absolutely. You cannot make this happen if you don't make the call. I mean, get started.
That's right.
And
I have friends who always tell me, I have stuff, I need to call you guys. Yes, that's the first thing. Give us a call. 815-923-7000.
one of our taglines is, we'll make it fit in your pocket or your wallet,
Or
right?
your
We'll
purse.
make it fit in your wallet.
That's right.
So there you go. All this in your wallet now.
Give us a call.
Good morning.
We already have the team reimagining LA 2.0.
I'm on my way with.
You got a call?
Got a call. Okay.
All right, we'll stop.
I'm with Karin in the truck on our way to look at the second Shelby, the parts car. Oh, I better turn off. I'm listening to 560 radio, of course. The Pete Hedgeseth hearings are today, so we've been listening to that this morning. How's that? Is that any better? Okay, 560 is our radio station of choice, always. We do promote and advertise on 560. And by the way, in next month, the week before our car auction, Sean Thompson is going to be broadcasting live from Donley Auctions. What's the date on that, Karin? You know?
I'll look it up.
We'll get back to you with that, and it'll be prompted on the screen, I'm sure, right now. But we're on our way. We're going to video a little bit of the second Shelby. If you want to see the Shelby, you'll have to make an appointment with me. Call me, and phone number's on the screen right now. So call. I'll make an appointment for you to look at it in person. Otherwise, we've got the photographs and can tell you everything about it. And of course, Phil Rambo will be at the auction explaining everything. But so for now, we're on our way, and we'll be photographing in just a few minutes. We'll see you there. Well, hello. we're at Phil's house, and we're with Jim, Phil, of course. And what are we looking at here?
This is the second body that I found subsequent to starting to work on the first one and getting the second batch of parts from a gentleman that I was just explaining to Jim right down the road here. Turned out, again, long story short, which we'll document before the auction, they were sequentially numbered.
So what state did you find this in?
This was found in Elkhart, Indiana.
Indiana, okay.
And this is actually, this spot right here, Randy, is exactly where the VIN tags were removed. Now, I don't know if someone just parted this car out, chop shop, whatever the case may be, but this is actually the body that goes with the second set of VIN tags and the second batch of parts that I got. And ultimately, as we all know, they ended up being sequentially numbered. 410 and 409's out at your place.
Yeah. What we want to do is make it clear we are selling these cars separately next to each other. You can buy them both. You can buy consecutive number Shelbys, but we are selling them as two separate cars. We're going to be selling the restored one first, and this one second, the parts car, but it's a complete parts car.
It is.
Yeah. And so it is two separate sales. It's not two cars, one money. Okay, so
It's not a 100% complete parts car. There's some pieces that need to be obtained yet, but the drivetrain, all the major components, which we'll see here in a little bit, are all here.
but it's the real deal.
It
here.
is.
So when you first saw this car,
Yes.
knowing that you had the other car already,
Yes.
did you look at the VIN number right away, or did it
No,
come
the
to you
VIN numbers were off. The plates are off. The plates are in the box over
because
there.
he started to restore it already, so he took it apart?
No, the set of VIN plates went to this car, and through talking to people that knew the history of this car, they told me where it was. I literally dragged this car out of the mud with my flatbed trailer and 12,000-pound winch. It was probably over the rocker panels in mud.
Wow.
It's a crazy story. I'm going to kind of do a short write-up on it.
Now, does this engine here, does this actually go to that car?
It goes to a Shelby.
Oh, okay, so it's a Shelby motor, not necessarily for that car.
Correct. The Shelbys were not numbers matching, as a lot of Corvette guys they love to say and talk about, which is great. The transmission actually is a Shelby transmission because Shelbys were the tail. And when you can tell a Shelby transmission or a big block Mustang, they've got a cast iron tail shaft housing on the C6 automatic transmission because Ford found very early on with the 428 Cobra Jet, they were actually snapping the back end of the transmissions off. So they beefed this up and then they actually serial numbered them to match the car. So the transmissions are number matching.
Gotcha. Okay, front fenders, hood, I mean, my
Console.
gosh.
Now that blue fender, as I told you before, Randy,
Yeah.
the second car is Acapulco blue with white stripes, and it's got the really beautiful Ford black Mach 1 high back buckets with the red inset. But there's your seats, front, rear, complete dashboard, instrument panel, heater box, console, factory gauges. And that, my friend, is the almost impossible to find nowadays. Brand new
Piece of nose chrome
the
there?
the 6970 Shelby bumper was unique to that car. It fits no other Mustang. And again, just a quick little aside, there were no 1970 Shelbys. You see them advertised from time to time. The 70 Shelbys were, in reality, 69s that had to be revinned. The FBI actually went to Shelby's place and watched the windshields get removed and re-stamped them because Carroll Shelby and Henry Ford II had parted ways.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting details about these Shelbys. But there's your fold-down back seat, there's your trunk lid or deck lid, and there's the roll bar we all love to talk about. All the window hardware, the scoops. They pretty much got everything.
Speaking of which, where is the glass?
Glass is mostly upstairs and some is down in the basement.
Okay, so again, you have all the glass for
I
the car.
might be missing the rear glass, the rear windshield, the rear
the
glass.
rear window?
Correct.
Uh-huh.
The door glass, I'm pretty sure we have. Front windshield buried under the table, and that fancy aluminum exhaust chamber is tucked back in the corner, which will get dug out here. Actually, in that car,
Let's walk in there.
sure, it's a little warmer.
It's warmer.
Yeah, it is, man. There's actually a set of rear springs over here, and there's an additional set of springs in the car. In all honesty, someone will have to buy, you have to buy some control arms and some suspension parts. I know I have some upstairs. I can't say for certain if I have it all, but that stuff's all common to any Mustang. That's all pretty readily obtainable. It's fairly inexpensive. It's not crazy expensive either.
You know, here's something that's really, I think, going to be interesting. Is somebody could take this car, this parts car, and do a whole TV show about the restoration of a Shelby. I mean, you've got the opportunity to do the whole shebang here. I mean, take it from this to a beautiful restored Shelby. There's a TV show.
Yeah, but as I say, there are a few parts that I don't have, but I mean, I'll take.
But we'll have them listed.
Yeah, and I'll
anything that is not here, you'll know about. I mean, we're going to make a complete list of everything that goes, and the few things would be pretty minor.
Not only that, but the fact of the matter is, I have all the unobtainable parts here, like the front bumper, that hood peak molding I showed you in our last podcast. There's a few parts that are very hard, if not impossible to find nowadays. I do have those critical parts.
Good.
I mean, even items like glass, the suspension's nothing. Everything that I don't have is pretty readily obtainable. I've got the really key parts though, especially the 428 Cobra Jet, the correct transmission. It's got the correct Ford 9-inch differential rear end, which is the differential rear end for these Shelbys. So I've got all the big ticket items.
Good. We're looking forward to it. We'll be doing more videos and more talking before. We've got about 4 weeks before the actual auction, so you're going to hear a lot more about these Shelbys in upcoming podcasts.
And you can let anybody that has any particular questions, unless you're opposed to it, you can provide my telephone number. They can reach me directly, and I'll provide any information I can.
Yeah. Sounds good, and that's one thing. We're not hiding Phil from anybody.
No.
The beauty is he wants to work with you.
Yeah.
He wants to tell you what he's got, what he's done to the other car and everything.
Absolutely.
And that's rare. So often, unfortunately, at some auctions, people are dumping at an auction.
No.
That's not the case here. What we're doing is offering everybody some fabulous opportunities.
Yeah, I'm proud of this. Both of these,
bet.
particularly the one that's up by your place now, and this one too. And I think it's just a great story. And I want to see it go to a good home. I really do.
So for now, I'm Randy Donley.
And we'll see you at the auction.
No. Okay. Here's what we do.
I'm sorry.
I'm Randy Donley, and I'm Phil Rambo,
Okay.
and we'll see. Then we do it
Okay.
together, and we'll see you at the auction.
Take two, boss.
Okay. So for now, I'm Randy Donley,
And I'm Phil Rambo.
and we'll see you at the auction.